Megan, thank you so much for coming on and just sharing a little bit more of your story. Before we start, do you want to just introduce yourself, maybe talk about how things were for you before you started the program and what you were facing?
Hi, I'm Megan. I had been struggling with vaginismus for, I think, about 10 years. It was a long time and it was a long journey. And when I came to the program, I was at the point where I had tried physical therapy multiple times and I'd had a hymenectomy and I even had a baby. And none of those things helped cure my vaginismus or help it at all, really. By the time I came to the program, I was honestly not even believing that anything would work, really. But I tried the program and here I am.
Awesome. Okay, so I know people are gonna ask. So if you had vaginismus, do you mind sharing how were you able to get pregnant?
So it was very much, I guess, when I went through physical therapy, that's when I could finally insert something, but it was still really painful. And I couldn't make the transition between a dilator and my husband's penis. So he would just stick the tip in as,
Did
and
it?
we just get it done, get him right to the point of ejaculation and then stick the tip in right then.
And I know I've had many clients in the past, similar story. The tip is all you need to get pregnant a lot of times,
Yep,
but not for everyone. But yeah. Okay. So do you use dilators now at all?
I do. I still use my biggest one, and I probably like don't have to, but I just like to, honestly. Like at this point, I just feel more comfortable that way, and it doesn't feel like a burden or anything. It's part of our foreplay.
Okay. Love that you include it in foreplay. And it doesn't seem too clinical. Then
No, not for me. I have other toys that I can use, but I don't know. My dilator's my comfort spot.
I love it. Did you ever think you would say that?
Yeah, and the biggest one too.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well then, how are things going for you now?
I got a new job recently, so my time is split otherwise, but we have our standard scheduled sex times, and we've been able to keep that intimacy alive and interesting.
I love it. And no pain?
No pain.
Okay.
No
And
pain.
do you have a sex drive, desire, any of that?
Um, yeah. So after I first messaged you and was like, okay, it finally clicked for me. Because I think after the program, I still had some time where I was like, or after I completed the worksheets and stuff like that, I still had some like adjustment time where I was like, something clicked. And then I was like super into it for a while. And now I think it's slowed down to a regular, okay, we
Yeah.
have a child, we have a job kind of lifestyle. But yeah, now it's certainly when we start anything, then I can be a reactive kind of response to desire.
Okay. That's good. So many people
Yeah.
ask me in the thick of the program and they're down on themselves, which we've all been there with vaginismus. Is it worth it, Jess? Is it worth it to get past this? And so it's one thing for me to say that. Is it worth it?
Absolutely. I think I was definitely in that spot when I first was signing up. Like I said, I didn't even think it was like really gonna work, but I also knew I had to give it a shot for myself. Okay, this is you gotta at least say you tried everything, right? But yeah, after I had my son, I was like, yeah, this is just gonna be it. This is as good as I can get with sex. And I'm very happy to say that it is not. That we're so much, I wouldn't say necessarily like we're happier, but it's also not something that I have to stress about anymore. That took a stress off of me in being able to do this. And it is a part of our life now and one that I don't take for granted for sure.
I love it. It is really sweet because I feel it's been almost 6 years now that I've not had vaginismus, and I still am happy to say I don't take sex for granted. And I think because
Yeah,
you've been in the thick of struggling through it, it's something you
for
really
sure.
cherish. And I can do this, and I don't have to do all the mental work.
Yeah, or even I feel like a lot of people make jokes about, oh, my husband always wants to have sex. And sometimes I like tease with him about it, but like at the end of the day, I'm so glad that I can just tease him about. We can tease
Yeah,
because there was definitely a point in time where it was like, we don't talk about this without making me cry.
yeah, yeah. Okay, and if you
So
could whisper any advice to yourself from back when you were first starting the program, what would you say?
I would say you can do hard things. You can do hard things because it was not easy. None of it was easy, but it was doable. So
Yeah. And then what's some encouragement you have for those just starting out right now?
I would say don't rush it and to really get to know your body because no one else is inside your body. So no one else knows how you're feeling. No one knows what you're experiencing, pain or pleasure. No one knows that except you. So you should get to know your own body and just respect what it has to tell you.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I love it. That's awesome, Megan. I do really appreciate you taking the time to just share your story, encourage others. It makes a huge difference when we can know we're not alone and when clients can see it's possible to get past this. And there are women who've been in the same boat of me who are now thriving in intimacy. So thank you. And I'm so glad that you moved past this and you're enjoying pain free intimacy the way God designed it to be. Amazing work. Thank you, Megan.